Good morning everyone. In this video, we are going to study about epilepsy, which is a nervous system disease. In this video, we will study about their classification, what are the factors that are responsible for causing epilepsy, how we can diagnose and how we can treat it. So, let's begin. Epilepsy is basically a neurological disorder that is marked by sudden recurrent episode of sensory disturbance, loss of consciousness or convulsion associated with abnormal electrical activity in brain. Means it is basically a neurological disorder, means it is related to neurons and or nervous system, and it is marked by sudden, immediately and quick recurrent, means again and again episodes of sensory disturbance, and there will be the loss of consciousness or convulsions and associated with abnormal electrical activity in the brain. There will be the abnormal activity in the brain at the time of epilepsy. Now their classifications of epileptic seizure, they are classified as either focal or generalized based on how the abnormal brain activity begins. Means on the basis of how the abnormal brain activity begins or start, it is classified on two types, first focal and second generalized. So we will study one by one. First is focal, which is also known as partial seizure. In this, what happens? In this, when seizures appear to result from abnormal activity in just one area of the brain, they are called focal seizure. Means when seizures appear to form or to result from abnormal activity in just one side of the brain, one area of the brain, then they are known as focal seizure. So they are also known as partial. Partial means half. Now these seizures also falls into two categories, that is simple focal seizure and complex focal seizure or complex partial seizure. Now next, second type of seizure is generalized seizure. Generalized seizure can be convulsive or non-convulsive. In this seizure, what happens? In this seizure, it involves all the area of the brain. It involves entire brain, and this is known as generalized seizure. This generalized seizure is again further subdivided into 6 types. First is absence seizure, clonic seizure, tonic seizure, myoclonic seizure, atonic seizure, tonic-clonic seizure. Now their causes we will discuss one by one. So first, in neonates, that is newborn baby that is less than 1 month, and it is caused due to ischemia, means loss of blood, some metabolic disturbance, some genetic disorders and development disorders also. As we know, in neonates, BBB, triple B or blood brain barrier is underdeveloped, liver is not fully developed, etc. So many body organs are not developed. So due to that, it can also cause epilepsy. Some acute CNS infection can also occur, which can also cause epilepsy. Next, in infants and children that are more than 1 month and less than 12 years, and in that epilepsy is caused due to some CNS infection, due to some trauma injury, idiopathic whose cause is unknown, some febrile seizures and some genetic disorder. Next, in adolescent, that is between 12 to 18 years, in this epilepsy is caused due to some trauma injury, infection, brain tumor, illicit drugs, means some drugs are used illicit, illegal, to increase their efficiency, idiopathic whose cause is unknown, and some genetic disorder can also cause this type of epilepsy. Next, in young adults who is between the age of 18 to 35 years, in that epilepsy is caused due to some trauma, due to some mechanical injury, some alcohol consumption, alcohol withdrawal, illicit drug use, and some brain tumor and idiopathic. Next, in older adults who are more than 35 years, in that epilepsy is caused due to some alcohol withdrawal, metabolic disturbance or disorders like uremia, electrolyte abnormalities, etc. And some degenerative CNS disease can also cause epilepsy in older adults. Now We will discuss their symptoms one by one. What happen in epilepsy? First is lost consciousness, means people will be unconscious at the time of epilepsy, which is followed by confusion. They will be always in a state of confusion. Next, having sudden rapid eye movement. When an epilepsy occurs, there will be sudden and rapid quick eye movement will be occur. Next, there will be having uncontrollable muscle spasm, means involuntary contraction of the muscle which is uncontrolled. Next is a jerky movement of the arms and legs that may cause you to drop something. Maybe there are some jerky movements which will cause the arms and legs to cause drop things. The things which you are holding in your arms and hands, it will suddenly drop or fall down due to some jerky movements of your arms and legs. Next, a sudden feeling of fear or anxiousness. There will be a sudden feeling, quick feeling of fear and anxiousness, worriness. Next, there may be dizziness. Next symptom is an out of body sensation, means you will unsensitized. Next, having sudden mood change. There will be the mood swings. Next, their test and diagnosis. Physical examination. In this we will diagnose all the symptoms and signs that we have studied before. Next, neurological examination. In this we will examining the abnormal activity of the brain. Next, in blood test we will examining various type of enzymes and electrical activity of brain. Next is EEG, electroencephalogram. In this is the most accurate and confirmatory test of the epilepsy. In this we will examine the abnormal activity of the brain. Next is neuroimaging also. Next, neuropsychological test, in which we will measure some psychological conditions. Next, their treatment and drugs. First is drug therapy, particularly anticonvulsant drugs such as carbamazepine, valproic acid and phenytoin, etc. What treatments are required to treat epilepsy? There are some drug therapies, particularly anticonvulsant drug like carbamazepine, valproic acid and phenytoin. Some other therapies are like vagus nerve stimulation. Vagus nerve stimulation means vagus nerve activation, and it is activated to reduce the frequency and intensity of seizure. Means if there is recurrent seizures or it is in at a high power, then vagus nerve activation drugs can be used to activate the vagus nerve, which will reduce the frequency and intensity of seizure. Next is ketogenic diet. And what is ketogenic diet? A diet which is high in fat, low in protein and almost carbohydrate free. Next, their pathophysiology. So first, in normal brain, inhibitory circuits limit synchronous discharge. GABA is particularly play this role. What happens when a brain is normal, when there is no disease of nervous system like epilepsy? At that time there is some inhibitory circuit that will maintain the brain discharge or synchronous discharge that is producing in the brain, and in this the main role is of GABA. And when GABA receptors blocked, then they rhythmic and repetitive hypersyncopic discharge of neurons. When GABA receptor get blocked, they will make rhythmic and repetitive hyperchronous discharge of neurons, and it will cause seizures. And some there are excitatory neurotransmitters like acetylcholine, aspartate and glutamate is also involved to develop seizure. Next, there is some intracellular recording which will show burst of rapid action potential firing with reduction of transmembrane potential. Next, decrease inhibitory system and increase excitation is the formation of seizure. Mean decrease inhibitory system and the inhibition role is done by GABA, and increase excitation which is done by glutamate, aspartate, acetylcholine like neurotransmitter. And when this both occurs, it will cause formation of seizure. Genesis means formation of seizure. Next, abnormalities in the channel potassium, sodium, calcium may also cause seizure. Next, and it will cause prolongation of depolarization state, means abnormal in ion channel like Na and K plus calcium may cause seizure and it will cause prolongation of depression state. Next, there will be some repeated sub threshold of a neuron and it will generate an action protein which will cause seizure. I hope you all have understand my video. Thank you.